Well, hello and welcome. My name's Mandy from Mandy Sorts It Out, and I'm just going to catch you up on what I've been doing lately. My son came for a Christmas lunch on Sunday, and we had a lovely afternoon together. I've been asked to review how the turkey was, the M&S turkey that I bought for the dinner, and I was very pleased with it. I kind of shot myself in the foot because I bought the turkey on the 7th, and it said used by the 8th. And I was cooking on the 9th. So I put it in the freezer, and I really did mean to take it out the night before I was cooking, and I forgot. So I took it out the morning of the cooking, and of course it was solid. But I put it in water, and that really helped. And it also washed off some of the salt and pepper that was on top, which was great for me because I'm careful about salt. And we both enjoyed the turkey. It was very succulent. It wasn't at all dry. There was enough for both of us. We both had seconds, and then there was enough left over for some turkey sandwiches, which I had later on that day. So we ate the whole thing, and it was lovely. So yeah, I would recommend that. It was £8, and I thought that was a decent amount for two. We talked about a project that has been raised before, which is me making him a sweater. I haven't made a sweater in a long time, but I'd like to make him a sweater. And we'd chosen a pattern previously, and it hadn't really got much further than that. So I brought that pattern out, and there were some issues with the pattern. So we discussed that and chose another pattern. And then I spent most of this week trying to find where I could get the yarn from. It turned out to be, I don't know if it's an American pattern. Might be. I haven't looked into where the designer's from. She's on Instagram, but the yarn is American, and it's not sold in a lot of places over here. So I had to do some research looking into similar yarns that were 80% acrylic and 20% wool, and that were the weight that was needed. And I did that by looking at the weight of the ball of wool that was suggested in the pattern and the meterage it gave, and trying to find yarn that gave the same meterage per gram. The pan was for 75-gram ball, so I had to do a bit of a calculation to find out what the meterage was for a 100-gram ball. And then I found a few yarns that fitted the spec and sent details of them over to my son and asked if there was any of the colours that he particularly liked. And he indicated what colours he liked. One of those was out of stock, so it was between two, and I didn't like the thought of knitting with one of them, so that was it. We chose the colour. Hooray. So I now know the yarn that I need. I just need to get it, and I'm trying to find a way of getting it, which is not too expensive and doesn't cost a lot in postage. So that's the next thing to do. It may be that there's a local stockist of this yarn, so that's something to find out, but it's likely that I won't get that sorted now until I return from holiday. The rest of the week I've been sorting out things to do with my holiday, making lists of things I need, checking through what I've got, getting my case out, planning what I'll be doing when I'm there, contacting people to say I'm over. I have found from experience if I tell them too far in ahead that I'm going over, that things go a bit pear-shaped nearer the time and need to be readjusted and changed. So this time I left it fairly close to going over to say to people, I will be there. Are you free to see me? And I've still had the same sort of issues that some people don't come back, or those things they need to sort out, which is understandable, but it just makes things a little bit tricky because invariably I've organised something for the date they want when they do want it. Because the days I was free when I first contacted them are not the days I'm free when they come back to me. Anyway, it's been an interesting week, and I haven't felt particularly well. I've got a touch of fatigue, not a great deal, but I've got a headache. I've had a pretty constant headache now for a couple of weeks, and I'm very achy, and I've had painful ears as well. So I'm a little bit worried about going away, to be honest. I'm a bit worried I won't manage it, and that I might end up having to cancel everything and just lay on my friend's sofa. But that might not happen, so I'm trying not to worry about it and just carry on and prepare myself for going over and hoping that I have a really good time over there. So another thing I've been doing is shopping, and I did a shop for the Christmas dinner at Tesco. That was £4.10. And I've done 2 shops preparing for going overseas. One of those was in Tesco. That was £38.86. And another one was to Aldi, and that was £21.68. So I shall do the videos for that shop in a minute. One more thing I want to talk about before I go to those videos, though, is that I've been working on an app called Nielsen IQ. I'll put the logo up. And that app is a shopping app, a receipts app. You tell it what you've bought. You scan your shopping and your receipt after every shop. I shall be doing the shop I've just done now in a minute. And they give you points for providing them with that information. And when you've built up enough points, you get gift cards. There's a huge choice in the gift cards you can get. I started doing this in August, and I have now earned enough to get a £30 gift card. So I applied for a gift card from B&M because I wanted one where I could get food, but also other things as well if I wanted them. They didn't have supermarket gift funds, which was a little bit disappointing because I did think it would help with my food shopping budget, but B&M sell food. I've now had the gift card. They said it could take a few days, but it came through fairly quickly. I haven't been to B&M and used it yet. It's an online thing. I don't know if anybody else would be interested in it, but I find it's very minimal effort, really, to scan everything. It's only if I forget that it's annoying. But you do get points for being consistent. So you get points for, well, I'll put it up. I'll show you up here because I can't quite remember exactly how it works. When I'm away, I'm going to tell it I'm on holiday, and I will continue to get points even though I'm on holiday. I will get less, but I will get some. So I just thought other people might like to know about it. Obviously, people with busier lives would probably find it not worthwhile to get a £30 gift voucher for months of effort, even if it's a small effort. 5 or 10 minutes every time you shop, added up over weeks, is probably not worth £30 for some people, but it is for me. So that's what I'm happy to do. So I'll show you the videos of the shops now.
Frozen Yorkshire puddings, 46p. We'll see if they're any good. Brussels sprouts, 95p. For 5p more I could have had some peeled ones, but there weren't as many, obviously. Cranberry sauce, 49p. It was £1 in M&S, and I thought, I'm not paying that. And a pack of 1.25 kilograms of Maris Piper potatoes, which are £1.45. I wanted King Edward's, they didn't have any, so I just bought those. And I bought some loose bananas, 6 for 75p. Pleased with that.
So my Tesco shop on the 12th of November. First, I bought a rich fruit cake for £8.50, which should have been £10.75. This isn't for me. This is this is a thank you present to the person I'm visiting, who is putting me up when I'm overseas and also picking me up from the airport and possibly driving me back to the airport. So that's one of my thank you presents. I also got from the reduced section this 18 Asian inspired selection pot, which was reduced from £3.50 to £2.55. I shall enjoy eating that. I also bought the Hearty Food Company full breaded white fish fillets. Those are reduced from £2.99 to £2.09. It's not a massive reduction, but it is a reduction. I'll freeze those, and I'll freeze, I think, half of the Asian foods. I also bought some Johnson's baby shampoo. I was looking at the shampoo that was sulfite free, and it was about £8, and I thought, oh, I'm not paying £8. I'm sure it's cheaper in Asda. But then I was passing the baby shampoo, and I thought, surely baby shampoo's sulfite free, because you never know if a baby's got a sulfite allergy. Well, the Tesco isn't, but the Johnson's is. So that was £3. We're having a Christmas meal, my friend and I, when I go overseas, and I bought some chocolates for us to have after Christmas. And those were reduced from £3 to £2.50. I'm going to take food over with me because it's an awful lot more expensive over there. I'm not going to take everything with me, but I'm going to take some food with me. These tuna chunks, they're £2.49 for 4. Then I'm also taking some Kit Kat fingers. This is only because in the last few years, sometimes I do an awful lot of running around and I don't get to eat. It's just sometimes not convenient to eat. They were reduced from £2.20 to £1.50. And I thought I could put 1 or 2 of those in my handbag when I'm running around. And then if I don't get a chance to eat, at least I've got something. I also bought this. I think it's with half a mind to try and make some of the pistachio chocolate that Sharon from Living on a Low Income UK made, which looked absolutely delicious. But I haven't got a mould or anything, so 65p, and we'll see if anything comes of that. Might just stay in the fridge for a while. I seem to be going through the butter because I think in the cold weather it's harder to spread. I'm trying to work out ways around that, using hot water to heat something up that I then put over it to try and make it a little softer. But at the moment I'm stuck. These are £1.99 each, and I bought 2. When I was looking at the reduced, these were reduced caddy liners. Now, I don't have a need for caddy liners now. I do use a caddy, but I haven't been using caddy liners because I've been using some other bags I bought from the pound shop. But next year, in March, we are going to have to split out our food where I live, which I'm very glad about. I think it's a good thing. And I will need caddy liners. So these were reduced from £1.60 to £1.20. And I just thought I shall get some, and then I'm ahead of the game. I got some of the Neville's 55p wholemeal bread, and you've guessed it, I'm going to take rice, beans and sweet corn over with me. I got 2 of the basmati rice. They're 60p each, and which is the same price as just the long grain rice, and much nicer, I think. So I'll take those with me. If necessary, they'll come back with me. They didn't have any cannellini beans. This is what I normally get, but they didn't have any. They didn't have any last time I went either, so I might have to go to Lidl or Aldi to get these. I just need another tin. I'm not taking a lot with me. And in the reduced section, they had these 4 packs of salt-free sweet corn. Now, these are normally £1 a tin. They were £1.80 each from £3.60. So I got the remaining 3 because they've got a really good date on them. The date's 7th of 2028. Absolutely good buy. I don't know if they're going to stop selling them, which would be very sad because I find it difficult to get salt-free sweet corn. Not every shop covers it. So I thought I might as well buy them now. So then I was going to get some Stollen Bites, and I realised that they were exactly the same price as this Stollen loaf. And the Stollen Bites were about 150 grams, and this is 500 grams. And I just thought, that's ridiculous. I thought I'll give it a try. If I prefer the Stollen Bites next year, I'll buy them. But if I like this, then it's a better thing to buy. So I'll take this over with my friend and we can enjoy it together because it's an awful lot for me. I don't like a lot of Stollen at one point. I only like tiny bits of it. But it's nice with a cup of coffee. So yes, I thought if I took that over to my friend and we can both enjoy it, hopefully, if I like it. We will see. So this shop cost me £38.86. I'm going to have to sit now and allocate what what particular funds that comes out of, because some of the things will come out of the Christmas spending, some of it will come out of my travel spending. For instance, as this is a thank you gift to my friend for me staying with her, that comes out the travel spending, but this will come out the Christmas spending. The stollen will come out the Christmas spending. The tuna and the rice and one of the sweet corn will come out the travel spending, as will the Kit Kats. So I have a bit of adjustment to do. Obviously, the shampoo will come out for toiletries and cleaning. There's a bit of maths to do now before I work out how much of this is food, but it'll all be shown in my budget, which I will work on the 15th and will come out on the 16th. Thank you. So back to the shops to get a few more things. I had on my list oats, oat milk, bagels and decaf. So I got the oats. I hadn't seen these at Aldi before. They were slightly more expensive than their 85p cheapest range oats, but I thought, I'm not sure where those oats are from. I'll buy British. So I got these, £1.9. The bagels were 89p. I just fancy some bagels after having the bagels from Lidl, which were really nice. I don't know if the Aldi's were going to be as nice. They were really soft and chewy from Lidl. I got the oat milk. These were much more expensive than the ones at Lidl. They were £1.9, but they're much cheaper than the ones at Tesco. So I got 2 of those. I think I'm going to take one away with me, and I'll have one to make sure I've got some when I come back. Right, let's go through everything else and why I bought it. The cannelloni beans were 49p, and I bought those because I'm taking my last tin away with me overseas, so I bought this for the cupboard. The Fruto, which is a rip-off of Vimto, is £1.9. I've had it before, really liked it. I like to have 2 different flavour squashes at all times, so got myself that. Now for the sweets and things, I bought these Marc de Champagne cocoa dusted truffles. These were £2.9. I don't think there's a lot in there, it's not heavy, 200 grams in there, but when I go overseas, my brother's lending me a car, which is wonderful of him, and I'll hopefully take him out for a meal to say thank you. And the person I'm staying with hasn't got a second space, but is going to ask a neighbour if I can use one of their empty spaces. So I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I thought if I took these with me, then I've got something to say thank you with. These nuts were £2.79 each. This one is caramelised mixed nuts. There are 165 grams in there. I thought it was a brilliant price. And these are dark chocolate Brazil nuts, which I usually get from Tesco at Christmas time. Well, they have them year round, but I usually get them at Christmas time. And again, this is a really brilliant price for 165 grams of those nuts. So those are probably going to be for Christmas, around Christmas Day. Probably. I make no promises. I bought the deodorant. It's 50ml, same as most deodorants, and it was £1.9. I bought the cotton one. That's the one I like. I bought these peanut butter filled gonks. I mean, it says on the back, sunflower seed based chocolate alternative with a peanut butter filling. Doesn't sound that thrilling, does it? But my son is very fond of Reese's Pieces. And these look, I mean, they've chosen the colour. These are a dupe, aren't they? And Reese's Pieces aren't proper chocolate. Most definitely not. So I thought I'd give these to my son as a little extra, little gift, because I think he'll enjoy those. This is the son overseas. And I was checking out everything in the centre aisle, lots of Christmas stuff, and I came across this candle, winter night candle. And I probably shouldn't show this, but it's so lovely. It was £4.99, and I think my friend will love it. She has a little collection of white little houses that she lights up. Now this doesn't light up, but she could use it for something. I'm much more sure that she'll like this than some of the other things that I bought her, which are very cheap little things. So that was why I bought all that. It came to £21.68, but some of that will come out of my travel budget, some of it will come out of my Christmas budget. So I'll have to do some sums. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.